Okay, hola y bienvenidos, mis amigos, hace calor en el verano. ¿Sí? ¿Todo el tiempo? Este es el meeting en español para la semana. Actually, Lynn Collier is here from the RJ, so I just had to make her sure she knew we were multicultural over here. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Greg McGuire. I'm proud to be the president of the Las Vegas Rotary Club, the finest Rotary Club in El Universo. We got a full day today, as we always do, and I'd like to ask Past President Mike Ballard to come forward for the invocation, please, sir.
Our Father which art in heaven, as we get together this afternoon to meet in fellowship and service, we're grateful to be part of this wonderful organization. We're grateful for this great country that we live in and the many blessings that we have just by living here. At this time, we're very mindful of the tragedies that are occurring in different parts of the world, especially in Nepal. We ask to bless those that are in need, that they can find the help that they need, and that their loved ones can be comforted in the challenges. We're grateful for the food that we have to eat today. We ask you to bless it to our health and nourishment. We're grateful for our speakers today, and we pray that help us to be mindful of the message, help us to have an awesome rest of our week and the rest of our day, and this we say in the name of our Savior. Amen.
And Past President Randy Campanelli for our song, please, sir. They changed it?
Susan, is the overall here? Where you at? Come on up. What I've noticed is when we start off on the right key, it sounds great. And when we start off on the wrong key, not so good. So I'm going to do the Star Spangled Banner.
No, say,
Can you see? Night. You done good.
Well done, sir. And our Sergeant at Arms, Debbie, where's Debbie at? And lead us in the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance
All right, seats, please. Okay, we have, like I said, a full house and a full agenda today, so we're going to get right to it. Bob, do we have any international guests today? Seeing none. Next week. Where do they come from? New Zealand? Don't remember? Okay. Germany. Any visiting Rotarians in the club today? Okay, Debbie, she'll bring you the mic to introduce yourself, sir.
Hi, my name is Ralph Fazia. I'm a member of the Fresno Rotary Club for 43 years. Glad to be here.
Wow, welcome. Any other visiting Rotarians? Seeing none. Any guests of Rotarians? I think we have a few of these. Marcus, Bob?
Hello, everybody. My guest today is Richard Schneider. He's from Switzerland, but he spends a few months here in Vegas every year, and he's here as my guest, and he's here in Vegas now to develop a new project. He can tell you about it.
Well, thank you very much. Hello, everyone. We are building a new experience for Las Vegas. It's about connected to Frenchman Mountain. You maybe know, or maybe not, but you may know Sunrise Mountain. So from Frenchman Mountain, you have a fantastic view over Lake Las Vegas on that side and the city. And so it's fantastic, the view from up there, but hiking up there is so stressful. So we are going to build a gondola system that brings you easily up and down.
Wow, fantastic. And we do appreciate the invitation that you extended for us all to come to Switzerland and stay at your house and go skiing. So thank you. He's not there yet? Okay, Mr. Warner here.
That, by the way, is this on? This is the Swiss Mafia over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. My guest today is Carolyn Hamilton. She is formerly from Las Vegas in Seattle, and now she's from Ecuador. And she happens to be the author of my book. It'll be coming out.
Wow.
As you say a few words.
Bienvenidos. Mucho gusto.
That was my line.
Okay, I'm done. Thank you so much, Bob, for inviting me. This has just been delightful to meet everybody and hear a lot of old stories because I lived here for decades with my husband, comedian Cork Proctor. And I've had so much fun working with Bob on this book because it's brought back so many wonderful memories of fundraising with Linda Smith and doing business here. I had a graphic company called Graphic Communications for a number of years. And so I'm just thrilled to be here and meet everybody.
Fantastic. And if I make the book, my name is Mike Smith, okay? Okay, we had a lot of, any other guests of Rotarians? Over to Andrew for guests of the club, please.
We have one guest of the club that I know of, Toria. Toria, welcome. And she found our club, by the way, because our website actually told her where we meet, and the rest don't. So that's a plus.
Wow, who's in charge of the website, Sarah?
Go,
Woo!
Sarah. Way to go, Sarah.
Okay, a lot of great volunteers today. Thanks for setup, Marcus and Bob, although Marcus reported that Bob had the whole thing set up by the time he got here. Greeters Larry Cohn and Don Holland. Raffle sales, Erica Brandenberry and Martha Garcia. Invocation, Mike Ballard. Song leader, Randy. Debbie's the Sergeant at Arms. Photographer, Solea. AV team in YouTube is Stu. Scribe, Elliot. I believe you're scribe today, okay? And Teardown, Don Holland and Susan. Wheel was Karen. She's out at a trade show right now. In the wheel this week, we have Rotary Around the Nation. We're featuring the Oakland, California club. Raiders playing tonight against the 49ers. Anybody going to the game? All right. Thanks for the invite. Rotary Around the World. Karen put in Rotary Fellowships. So take a look at that Rotary Around the World section for the fellowships. Again, we're trying to encourage people to join and become part of those fellowships and connect with Rotarians around the world. And our new member spotlight, not so new, but it's Eric Schmoller. I don't think he's here today. Oh, there he is. There. Eric, you made the press, buddy, and all in a good way. Congratulations. Well, let's do some fines, actually, since you brought it up. I noticed Larry is Goldstein is on the slides today for being on vacation, but he didn't update his photos, so he's fined $250. I'm still in the slides, but I'm not on vacation, so that's okay. So somebody passed to Larry the good news. Okay, this week we had our Green Our Planet tour. Debbie, you want to give us a quick lowdown on that? How'd that go?
I can do that. It was absolutely wonderful. Rita and Nancy and I know Michael there was a little issue with finding the location. What a fabulous facility and what they are doing. The amount of produce they're going to bring to this community is overwhelming. And I think we'll hear more as it goes along. They have a STEM room. It was really spectacular. And
Okay.
we will definitely see more when we're at the farmers market as well.
Yeah, that's coming up October 16th, I think, and thanks everybody that volunteered to sign up for that. Youth protection training, again, our goal is to get 100% everybody signed up for youth protection. Our mission is to serve our youth in our community, so I don't see any reason why everybody in here is not take 30 minutes out of your busy lives and get our youth protection training done. You should see an email have gone out to everyone from NAYEN, N-A-Y-E-N, N-A-Y-E-N. So please take a look at that. We'll send another notice around this coming week. Best of Las Vegas Award voting. How are we doing on that, Sarah?
You can vote every day from every device, from every platform. Go to votebolv.com. It ends on September 10th, so every vote counts. We are nominated in the networking organization category. There is another club, not in our category, but they're also a nonprofit, so if you want to vote for another club as well. But thank you for voting. We have won in the past. We didn't win last year, but we have won in the past.
Okay, fantastic. So let's get out there and get the vote going, all right? Take the microphone to President-elect Mike Kudimont. He's got a couple things. And Soleil, you got the photos on all these? And we'll get one at the head table, too.
A couple of things today for me. We'll start with exchange students. We had last weekend we were at the Running Springs, California, for the first meeting ever for the inbounds, the students coming up from abroad to the Scanix area. So we got students from Utah, Arizona, Southern California, Southern Nevada, meeting together, like 32 of them. So it was a good inbound where the inbound students learned the rules and regulations of Rotary Youth Exchange, specifically the 4Ds. I don't know if you know the 4Ds, but it involves no drugs, no drinking, no dating, and no driving. So now they know that they can do all those things while they're at exchange. So our 5,300 exchange students were there, the one from France, from the Netherlands, from Denmark, and of course, Eustace from Germany.
Fantastic. How many people total?
60 people, including Rotarians. Linda was also there trying to get the training, which she thinks is very helpful to be able to see what Rotary Youth Exchange program is all about.
Very good. Thank you.
The other one, coming October 23 to 26, last week of October, I'm doing with True Tau Omega Mu International, a medical mission in the Philippines. We're doing surgical, medical, and dental outreach to the one of the poorest provinces in southern Luzon in the Philippines. So we are, generosity of Las Vegas Rotary Club has sponsored this, and in conjunction, we will be collecting kids' essential kit, like flip-flops, shirts, bags for the kids. We're trying to collect this before I go in the second week of October. So anybody interested to donate those kind of things, I'll have the list out later on of the things that we could bring, because I'll be bringing the whole box for donation. Thank
And
you.
you agreed to leave all your scuba gear behind, and you're going to fill it up with stuff for the kids, right?
I had to pay something for charity. So.
Okay, all right. Thank you, President-elect Michael Kudimont, for all that work with the youth, and then that mission. We're really looking forward to hearing how that works out. That's super important. Soleil, let's talk about the Alpine Picnic, and then you can take the microphone and pass President Tom Thomas, and he'll describe how to get there.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. So the Alpine Picnic is this Saturday. We have 30 people signed up for hiking. In total, we have 80 adults and 5 or 7 children. Not sure. So thanks so much for signing up. It's going to be a great event. Hiking starts at 8 a.m. and everything else at 10:30. And yeah, hope to see everybody there.
All right. Past President Tom Thomas.
Thank you, Soleil. So for those that haven't been up to the cabin, as you know, there are 2 canyons on Mount Charleston. The one you don't want to go up is the first one, Kyle Canyon. So when you get past Sky Canyon and you see signage for Kyle Canyon and Mount Charleston, keep driving north on the 95 for another 13 miles, and then you'll turn left on Lee Canyon Road. You come up 16 miles, when you hit the roundabout, it's right there. Our home is right there on the roundabout, 16 miles up Lee Canyon Road, and you'll see it because there are going to be a lot of cars there from all the hikers and everybody.
Very good. Thank you, sir. And the goal is 30 hikers that go out and at least 25 come back. So that's what we're shooting for. Rotary is very goal focused. So I think that's what we all agreed on, right? All right. Picture. Okay, for our head table today, fantastic group of people here. We just took the picture. Our guest speaker, Crescent and Joseph, thank you for being here. Ms. Sarah Thornton is with us, and she's brought Lynn Collier from the RJ, welcome, and Shannon Hiller, and also Amelia Moss. So welcome to our Rotary Club. Let's take the microphone to, is Renee here? No? Okay, how about to past President Russ Swain? All right, round of applause.
Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians and guests. It's past President Russ Swain here. We have an announcement. Past President Karen Wisenhunt asked me if we could kick off the charity golf putting tournament. It is coming up October 8th, Thursday, October 8th. And guess who it's sponsored by?
Who, Russ?
Alera Group. Alera Group.
What does Alera Group do?
We do all lines of insurance. So
all
you know
right.
what? And you can find me for that.
Exactly.
I'm a grateful member of the Alera Group and team member. So we've sponsored this event for a lot of years. And you know, it's going to be a fun time. Karen's got a flyer posted up, and if you have any questions about that, but mark your calendar and plan on coming. We've always had a really fun time going out and putt Angel Park.
Weather is going to be fantastic. It helps our Rotary Youth Exchange program. Looking forward to having everybody out there. While you're over there, Debbie, if you take the microphone to past President Steve Linder.
Past President Steve Linder here. We're going to do the Salvation Army Feed the Homeless on Saturday, September 12th. Sign up in the Green Book. See you there. It's going to be a couple of weeks from Saturday.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And we're going to be rolling out our Ronald McDonald House also coming up. We delayed it in August. We're going to roll it out into September after speaking with them. Let's take the microphone to Erica and Andrew. You guys ready? Let's do it.
We're born ready. I'm talking about getting Rotary people here, right?
Do it.
Everyone on your tables, you actually have a little form. There's 3 of them, so you have to share. I know. But we actually have Andrew's over in the corner. He and Larry are the membership chairs. And then I am your recruitment chair. Hey, yeah, I love that. Clap. There you go. Clap for everyone. So we're going to do something different. I talked a little bit about it last week, and I wanted to kind of run it out there right now so you guys have an idea of what we're doing. We want to grow the Rotary. I mean, we want to be able to serve more people. We want to be able to make a bigger impact in the Clark County area. And how do we do that? More members. More members gives us more hands to be serving as many people as possible in this area. We are going to run a contest. I know we all love to compete a little bit, and we're also going to have some fun with Club Runner. For those of you who are not excited about Club Runner, you should get excited about Club Runner. So on your table you have this. It actually shows that you have a contest if you personally invite prospects. How many of you have invited people to join or be at one of our lunches? Ooh,
almost
I don't see
everybody.
A lot of hands.
Almost everybody.
I didn't see a lot of hands. So what I would like to see next time I ask that is a hand at every single table from every single person in the room. Wow, Soleil, she's going for the winning the trophy. So we will be doing trophies. We're going to be doing prizes, all leading up to our September 29th event. We want to have about 60 to 70 people learning about Rotary. And so I will be reaching out to some of our experts. We're going to have little sections for people to go around with a passport. Super fun stuff. And we want to be able to get as many people there as possible. So you get points. So if you personally invite a prospect, you'll get 1 point.
Yep.
If a prospect registers, you'll get 3 points. If they attend the lunch, you'll get 5 points. And if they submit a membership up to 30 days, you're going to get 10 points. And you'll get lots of prizes. There'll be prizes along the way. And at the end, of course, we're going to have an amazing trophy for bragging rights. So we want to invite like-minded people to grow our impact. And I'll show you, if you don't know already, how to register a prospect. So if you need help using Club Runner, that's the way you're going to earn your points. So you've got to use the app. So if you need help with it, please come see me. I'm happy to walk you through. Super easy. If you have any other questions, also reach out to me, Andrew, or Larry, and we'll go ahead and answer them for you. Any questions right now? Oh, that was good. I must have done my job.
So, Erica, this is a fantastic idea that you and the membership team are pioneering here. This is a membership drive. Discover Rotary. Hold on, before you take the microphone, Debbie. This is Discover Rotary, right? So the goal is to bring new people, and we're doing it where?
We're doing it at the Element Home Gallery on Dean Martin. So it'll be a very luxurious location. And it will be catered. It's going to be a lunch from 11 to 1. You'll see it up on the screen. On there, you also have options. At the bottom, it tells you the QR code. You should be able to click that to invite a prospect. Or
Okay, and it'll be a lunch and learn, and we'll have our members there, different tables set up to talk about what we do. And really, it's an opportunity to reach out to those business people in our community and invite them. You got plenty of heads up. It's September 29th, lunch and learn. Is that a Tuesday, I think?
Yes, that is a Tuesday from 11 to 1. It'll be really fun and very informative. And I've created passports.
It's up on the screen also, yeah. So this is something new that we're going to do. We'll probably do another one later on. But this is what we need to do, is to engage our community to bring new people in. And Lynn said she would be there for the RJ to talk about more about this. So thank you.
I love that. Thank you.
Isn't it fantastic
I know, just
how that
volunteer.
happens? Thank you, Erica. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, Andrew, for doing that. And Mr. Steve Kwan just had his guests arrive. So if you take a moment, sir, and introduce them.
I have 3 guests, one from Henderson, 2 from Houston, Texas.
Okay, welcome, welcome. And Steve was just telling me how we're lucky to have Steve here today because he almost hit a deer in Yosemite, but Steve has special powers, and he basically had the deer stopped in front of him and until Steve stopped, and then he kept going. So thank you, Steve, for bringing your guests here today. Okay, with that, I think we are ready to go to our induction. Larry, if you want to come on up here. David, are you going? Past President David Thorson? And Mr. John Richards, come on up. And Jarena, there's Jarena. Okay, very good. Woo. Okay.
Oh, Andrew. Well, I'd like to welcome, we'll just, to make it short, because I still can't pronounce his last name, JR as our new member coming into the club. I'm going to have Jarena introduce him, give a little bio, and then JR will introduce himself in a little more detail. Also like to thank his wife, Tiffany, for joining us and watching JR get inducted. It's great to have you here, Tiffany. So I'll turn it over to Jarena.
Good morning, good afternoon. First and foremost, I forgot my glasses, so I cannot read anything. Mike, can I use your glasses, please? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, I need he sent it to you. So sorry.
John, why don't you come on up and give us
Yes.
Tell us about yourself.
Tell us about yourself.
Well,
Your name?
oh, yeah. John Richard Ogobaka, for those people that are struggling to pronounce that. I know it's quite a mouthful, but hence why most people just make it easy and call me JR, right? It's an honor to be here, and I am absolutely delighted to be welcomed into this family and be involved into the community, essentially. I do recall my first day in here. It was quite overwhelming, right, to say the least, right? I think it was the day of your first day, right? And everyone was wearing, it was the 4th of July party. It was great. I've not seen such a, I wouldn't say I will not seen it, but in a while, I haven't seen such a gathering where everyone just feels as though they're all part of the family. I met a few guys here, and someone told me they met their wife here. It just really, really heartwarming to belong. But goes right into my sort of ethos, right, which is just family. I am a father of a 3-week-old son and an 18-month-old daughter. So talk about being in the trenches, right? I mean, some of you guys can relate to that. But yeah, I feel great. I've lived in 3 continents. So born in Nigeria, raised in London, UK, and now living in Las Vegas with my beautiful wife Tiffany over there. Whew, what do we say, right? It's, started out there in the UK, and now I'm a cybersecurity IT professional. Started my career in finance as a financial advisor. And yeah, so it's quite again, I'm absolutely delighted to be here. And I just thank everyone. Larry's been tremendous. Dorina has been tremendous as well. But yeah, I am glad to join the family.
Thank you.
All right? Yeah, cheers.
Terrific, terrific. Well, JR, John Richard, he's a revenue and IT executive who has lived on 3 different continents, being born in Nigeria, raised in London, and now he's settled with us in Las Vegas, which he assures that his friends and family was entirely intentional. He began his career in finance as a financial advisor before spending 15 years building and leading revenue organizations across various industries. Today, he leads Stimulus Technology Revenue Operations, the Las Vegas IT and managed services firm where clients tend to sleep well because someone else is minding their networks. Educated at the University of Bradford, JR is the proud father of Charity, age 18 months, and her brand new baby brother, age 3 weeks. An enthusiastic godfather and a firm believer that a good cup of tea solves most problems, a good deal cannot. JR, John Richards, has lived on 3 continents and born here in Nigeria, or lives here in Las Vegas, born in Nigeria and in London. Rotary, let's firmly welcome him with a hand of applause.
All right. I'm going to take this out because this thing is awkward. Fellow Rotarians, it's my distinct honor to induct JR into our club today. JR, the Las Vegas Rotary Club has accepted you as a person of good character with high ethical standards and a heart for service. We should each exemplify and bring to Rotary the very best of our businesses or professions and take back to our businesses or professions the best of Rotary, which we feel is the ideal of unselfish service and the 4-way test. Rotary brings together leaders from all continents, cultures, and occupations, in your case, all in one person, so that's kind of cool, to exchange ideas and take action to improve communities around the world. We are an organization committed to using our connections, experience, and skills to work together to create lasting change. Rotary uses the diverse perspectives of our 1.4 million members to solve the world's most challenging problems. It's a real pleasure for me then, on behalf of all members of this club, to formally welcome you into our midst. It is our sincere hope that your membership in Rotary will be one of the most pleasant experiences in your life. We extend to you a sincere and hearty welcome to the Worldwide Fellowship of Rotary International. And if everybody could stand, and please help me welcome the latest member of Rotary in the world, JR.
And Doreena's pinning him with our club pin as a member, as his sponsor. Larry, if you could present the certificate. And JR, maybe your wife can come up and join us?
Tiffany, come up. And by the way, we did not talk about our clothing today. It happened.
All right, thank you very much. Seats, please. Tiffany, welcome aboard. Thank you. Yep. You got to have that memorized by next week there, JR, all right? Welcome aboard. Yes, sir. Awesome. Now we have, if I could call Dr. Brunetti and Nancy Anderson up here for a Paul Harris presentation. Hello, Doctor.
Wait a minute, this isn't my job anymore. Nancy's already slacking off? Like,
Well,
really?
You know, we tried to get
Come
Nancy
on.
to present it to herself, but, you know, Sean drew the line on that and said, no, we can't do that.
All right, everyone. Good afternoon.
Thank you for doing it.
Nancy couldn't do her own presentation today, so I am helping out. All right, let's begin. Nancy, as you are aware, becoming a Paul Harris Fellow is a tremendous accomplishment, an honor that multiplies community impact. Fundamentally, Paul Harris Fellows, in a very tangible way, help to provide stepping stones for a more harmonious world. And for those who are not aware, the Paul Harris Foundation Award recognition is given to those who have contributed $1,000 to the International Rotary Foundation. It is one of the most prestigious awards. In fact, it's so prestigious, it is named after the founder of Rotary, Paul Harris. Now, a multiple Paul Harris Fellow is someone who has contributed additional gifts to the foundation in increments of $1,000 each. And today, it gives me great pleasure to present Nancy with her Paul Harris Plus 6 award. Nancy, this award has a ruby on it because once you get past a certain number, it goes from sapphires to rubies. So she's very special. Please wear this pin, Nancy, as a symbol, not only of your appreciation, but your very strong support of Rotary and all the good that we do. If everybody could stand and please celebrate this wonderful accomplishment that Nancy has made.
Well done, Nancy. All right, thank you. Nancy, I got some catching up to do. Watch me, okay? I'm coming for you. Paul Harris Plus 6. So Nancy and I were talking actually beforehand, and you can actually go into your Club Runner app to see how close you are to your next Paul Harris Award. You just click on that little menu up there, and it says My TRF Recognition, and it should pull over how close you are. And we'd like everybody to kind of take a look at that, and you can check with Nancy or myself after the meeting. We'll show you how to do it. Okay, so let's go to, I've got 2 minutes for any happy bucks. Anybody have any great news that they want to share with the club? Debbie, take the microphone to past President Tom Thomas, please.
Today, the Vision Center, the first residential community for people with blindness and other visual handicaps, opened down on Washington off Bruce Street. First one in Nevada. 99 apartments that were designed from the ground up to enable those who are visually impaired. Something for our community to be very proud of.
Fantastic. Tom, is that related to the Blind Center over there?
So the Blind Center of Nevada was the overseer and planned it and raised all the funds. And each of the the 3 cities and Clark County all participated, as did the state, to build this really beautiful residential center.
Here we go again.
You just lost control of the entire meeting.
Like we're no charge. When we Hello? Hello. Okay, when we were down at the doing the book bag deliveries the other day, we actually drove by the Blind Center, and it's quite an impressive looking building. Okay, in the interest of microphones, we're going to move on to raffle sales. A raffle ticket to draw the Joker and win half the pot, which is, I think, now over $5,300. Bob, you're really trying to make a new chapter in the book here, aren't you? I mean, look at how many tickets he's got. Okay, the winning number is 438-1825. 438-1825. Bingo! Past President Randy Campanelli. Okay, the deck has been shuffled, and I verified there was a Joker in there. There is a Joker. Randy just said I'm a big deal, so I appreciate that. And the pot will roll over to next week. Thanks for all that contributed. The next for the Lowry Bucks, 438-1829. 438-1829. All right, past President Steve Linder. There you go. Well done, sir. Okay, I think, Sarah, if you'd join me up here at the microphone, we'll do our speaker introduction, Miss Sarah Thornton.
Hold it close, got it. I'm so excited for our speaker today. Shannon Hiller, the Chief Marketing Officer for Create Credit Union, she was my guest at a program here a couple months ago, and she mentioned just the topic, and then I wouldn't leave her alone and I wouldn't let it go. And I don't know about you, but I have already been a victim of an AI voice scam, and so I just can't wait for Crescent's presentation. Her bio is here in front of you, and I want to give her all the time in the world to speak, but she's been with Create Credit Union, which was Clark County Credit Union, and is the largest locally owned credit union in Nevada, and since 1992. And so that's a long time. We're very excited, and Joe, we're excited to have you here as well. Crescent has designed her presentation so that she will have plenty of time to answer our questions. And so without further ado, Crescent Oakley, thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm very honored to be here to talk with you all today on this topic that fraud is never, can you hear me okay? Okay. I'm a loud person anyway, so microphones kind of scare me.
Yeah, try this.
Okay, you can still hear me. Fraud is not fun. And as Sarah said, anybody can be a victim of it. So we're going to give you some things to think about today, take home, and hopefully protect yourselves and your families from it. So my presentation, feel free to take any pictures of slides if there's something that interests you. I do have a couple of handouts over at the table also if you would like to take some of those. But I'm going to try to go through these slides somewhat quickly because I feel that you guys might have some good questions at the end, okay? And I like to talk, so I have to go fast. Okay, so these numbers, these are scary. $7.7 billion in 2025 was lost to scams. To seniors, 60 and over. That's not total. 21 billion was the total losses. So as you can see, it's not just seniors that are taking the loss, but we're going to talk about 60 and over losses today. Of that 7.7 billion, there were over 200,000 filed complaints. Of those 200,000, 12,000 of them lost $100,000 or more. So we are talking real losses to real people, all right? This middle box, just in the first quarter of 2026, AI voice cloning scams has tripled what all of 2025 was. So that is the scam that's on the rise, and that's how they're getting people. Average loss in the grandparent scam is about 9,000. So if we take those 12,000 that were over 100,000 losses, obviously those are the extremes. It's not everybody, but we don't want you to lose anything, all right? Oh, and I did want to tell you the 7.7 billion for 60 and over, 59% increase from 2024. So these criminals, they're not slowing down. So what we can do is arm ourselves a little bit, all right? What is AI voice cloning? It takes 10 to 30 seconds of a voice, whether it's a voicemail, a phone call. What is everybody doing? Some of you in here probably are influencers to an extent on TikTok, on podcasts, doing things like that. All it takes is 10 to 30 seconds of that call, that audio, and they can clone your voice. They can clone your accents, your quirks, your patterns. So it's pretty scary what they can do. They're also cloning your phone numbers. So that started first. How the grandparent scam works, they clone that voice, they hear the audio, they clone it. They obviously also clone the phone number. They make the call. You get a panicked call from a family member saying that they need money. The scammer puts a fake third party on there saying that they need money to help with the situation. They're a lawyer, they're a concerned citizen, whatever. They need money to help your family member. And they want to keep it secret from the family. Don't tell anybody we're helping, we're doing this. They don't want anybody to know, they're embarrassed. And then they request the money to be either wire transferred, cash drop-off, gift cards. Any of these types of transactions are not reversible. That's why they want those. A wire transfer, once a financial institution sends it, they cannot retrieve those funds. Okay, so we have this sweet little 86-year-old grandma in Philadelphia. She received a call from somebody that said they were her granddaughter. She was in an accident, needed $6,000. I don't know what to do, I'm crying. Gets her lawyer on the phone to talk to grandma and let her know, here's a receipt for my services. I need the $6,000 cash. All the while, granddaughter was at work, sitting at her desk, didn't even know the phone call was happening. So the grandmother said, if it didn't sound identical to her granddaughter, she never would have fallen for it. This is how real this is, happening to real people. Red flags to listen for. The extreme urgency, anytime there's any kind of fraud involved, those fraudsters are using extreme urgency. They are trying to get you to hurry, to panic, to move fast because you want to stop that fraud. Well, that's their intention, is to move fast to not stop that fraud. They want it to happen. The demands for secrecy. Oh, don't tell anybody. They don't want to be embarrassed. They just don't want their family to know. And again, the requests for wire transfers and gift cards or cash pickup. Also, there's been times where there's Bitcoin machines and they want you to go buy Bitcoin. That's another red flag, okay? If the caller won't let you hang up, they keep trying to keep people on the phone. In the branch, as a branch manager, we would have this quite a bit. We would have members come in. They wouldn't act like they were on the phone. They would have the phone in their purse or in their pocket, and they had a scammer on the other line, and they would come in requesting a large cash withdrawal. We would generally question them. If it's out of the ordinary, we would sit there and talk to them. You would be amazed how much we had to pull teeth to get information from them. They didn't want to give that information out. But the caller would be on the phone, they'd be in talking to us, and once we would ask them, is the caller on the phone with you? We would tell them, hang up. So those callers don't want you to hang up. They don't want you to call back. They don't want to call you back. They want to do it right then and there. A lawyer, officer, third party takes over the call. That's another red flag. The emotional manipulation, crying, panicking, just completely distraught. Red flag. If you hear any of these, you want to verify, verify, verify. As we say, trust but verify. And then verify more. So I'm going to give you a little protection toolkit. Create a family safe word. Has anybody heard of this? Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. Had the grandmother in that slide, a couple slides back, had her family had a safe word, she wouldn't have been out the $6,000. Create the safe word and make sure that the whole family knows it. So anyone that calls, they have to prove that they know that safe word. They can, you know it's them. If they don't know the safe word, hang up, call back the number that you know is their number, and verify with them. Had the grandmother done that, she wouldn't have been out the $6,000. And then never act under time pressure. Yes, they're going, if your family is in an emergency, you're going to want to help them. You're going to want to do whatever you can as quick as you can. But just take a second. If it is a true emergency, a few extra seconds of verification is not going to change anything. You've got to protect yourself. The few extra seconds of not verifying can cost you a lot. So, if you get a suspicious call, stop. Take a breath. Do not send the money, and do not share account details. I can't stress that enough. Don't share account details, even the slightest bit. Hang up in that call. Like I said, a true scammer, they're going to move on. If it's really your family, they're going to understand when you call back, when you tell them what was going on. Verify. Calling them directly at the number that you already have saved is going to just help you verify that that was the right person. And then this is an important one, report. Even if you did not lose any money, you want to report this. You want to report the action to your financial institution and to the FBI. They are tracking these things, and the more information they can get, the better. So even if you don't lose anything, please report it. I can't stress that enough. At reportfraud.ftc.gov. So I'm going to give everybody some homework. If you've already got this in place, great. If you don't, I would like you all to go home at some point, maybe over the weekend, and do these things. Pick a family safe word. A lot of you already have one, that's great, or at least have heard of it. That's very good. It needs to be something that everybody will remember and recognize. Don't make it like a password where it has to be some special characters, numbers, all this stuff. Make it a simple word, okay? Somebody calls, a criminal's not gonna know it, and a criminal is gonna say, darn it. And they're gonna hang up and they're gonna move on to the next mark. Hopefully they'll have a safe word also. Review your bank's financial, or the fraud protection routines. They may have things on the website. You can go to the website of most financial institutions. You can, if you go into the branches, talk to the people. What do I do in case of fraud? How do I help prevent it? I hope that you share the information from this presentation with your family and friends. I think that this information needs to be shared with everyone you come in contact with, really. And repetition is good. Let's keep talking to them. Set up transaction alerts on accounts. Does anybody have that set up? Awesome. Oh, you guys are doing so good. I love it. If you don't have it set up, many financial institutions, you can go online and you can set up to where every single transaction, you get a text or you have to verify. You can sign up dollar amounts. You can sign up only online purchases. I want to be verified. The thing you want to remember, though, is if you set them up, you have to follow those also. So if you are truly making that purchase, you have to acknowledge that, okay? Save the family phone numbers. Do not rely on caller ID on your phone. Like I said, they're cloning the phones. They're cloning financial institution phones. They're cloning business phones. You can't trust anything, really, and that's so sad to say. If you get a phone call from your financial institution, hang up the phone and dial the number that you know is their main number. That's the best way. Oh, wait a minute. If in doubt, what do? Hang up and call back and verify. That's right. Where to get help? Take a picture of this screen because all the dots and everything in the addresses, I get tongue-tied. But if you go to FTC fraud reporting, you can file a complaint with the FTC. So that's whether you had taken a loss or not. You can go ahead and go there. FBI IC3, Internet Crime Complaint, Internet for Cyber Crime. So if you were a victim of cyber fraud, or maybe not even a victim of it, but just had it, maybe you stopped it, but you want to report it. AARP has fraud help at their hotline. And then your bank's fraud line. You want to keep their number handy, put it in your phone, keep it so you can call them. Okay, remember, if it sounds like somebody you love, it might be, but it also might be a fraudster. These fraudsters, they're professionals. This is their job. And they are getting really good at their job. And it drives me crazy working in the financial industry. It's heartbreaking when I have somebody come in that has lost or is a victim. But these are some things that we can do. Safe word, create one today with your family or within the next few days. Hang up. You want to call the number back at the number that you trust. Verify it's them. And tell somebody. This one is the one that breaks my heart, is everybody can be a victim. Honestly, anymore, it's not if you're going to be a victim, it's when you're going to be a victim. Your information is everywhere. As the cyber people in this room can tell you, your information is out there. So don't think that just because you don't go online with your account, you're safe. Don't think that you just have to protect yourself and be very vigilant. Verify everything. But there's no shame. You're not going to be the first person that has taken a loss. You're not going to be the last person. You need to trust your financial institution when you are reporting these because they are there to help you. They're there to try to fight for you and hopefully get some of your money back. Do we have, that is my slide. Sorry, I went fast. But I figured that there might be a lot of questions about AI fraud. So I brought my handy dandy Joe here that's gonna come up. Are there questions? Okay, there you go.
Hello, everybody. How you doing? From New York, so I have a tendency to mumble a little bit. So if you don't understand me, just raise your hand, and I'll try to clarify a little bit more.
Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. It was alarming, but I think very necessary. Specific question. 2 years ago, my credit union in Washington introduced Voice ID. I had to repeat a text. They recorded it. And since then, when I call them, they start the process of verification by mimicking my voice. If AI voice cloning is an issue, is that a potential vulnerability that some scammer could call my credit union, play my voice, and start the process of verification?
Good question. So the technology is great. You know, it's you know, as far as the AI goes, it sounds a lot like our relatives, but there are certain characteristics in the electronic form of that voice that is completely different from the actual natural voice. So there are certain things in the analytics that'll pick that up and decline that. So that's as far as we know. So, yeah, exactly.
Thank you. Thank you for this. Question about what the financial institution might be able to do to help here. When you receive requests for a wire transfer, obviously there are some locations that are kind of well-known, your electric company, that sort of thing. But are the banks considering perhaps intercepting some of those requests for wire transfers and verifying that with the sender before they come back? It would seem to me to be something that they could do on their end.
I don't know if they're going to do that, just because it's, you know, as far as the financial institution goes, bigger banks go, you know, transaction, you make it at your own will. But the thing is that as a sender of a wire, and we do it at the credit union, we want you to verify the instructions verbally with whomever you're sending it to, and not through email, because a lot of email compromises is, you know, that's where we see a lot of the losses when it comes to wires. Businesses, so everybody in here for the most part is a business owner, right? Right? AI is being used now to generate beautiful emails, you know, to go out to the different businesses, you know, basically claiming to be someone within your departments, within your institution, or perhaps a vendor that you know, do close business with. And these requests are coming over and they're changing the wiring instructions. So if we're just going based off that email and we're just sending the wire, you know, the wire out based on that without verifying, that's where we're seeing a lot of losses. So as a business, we need to go ahead, call the business that we're sending the wire to confirm the account information. They're called man-in-the-middle attacks, JR, you know, he's, right? So you know a lot about this being in your world, right? The weakest link that we have is our own employees at these institutions. So we have to go ahead and make sure that we're reaching out, verifying who we're sending that wire to before we go ahead and do that. We do that with our members here at the credit union. We do get fraud alerts. We see something on a pattern, we do question them. If we think something's suspicious, we at times deny the wires based on the factors that we're seeing. So we do what we can to protect them. Financial institutions don't have the relationship between one another to basically, you know, hey, do me a favor, review it on your end before we go ahead and send it out. Yes, sir.
I'm next. I've been scammed with a call like this from a nephew who was about 22 or 23. And he had ran into some pregnant lady down on Las Vegas Boulevard, and a police officer was there, and they handed the phone to the police officer. Police officer told me this, that, and the whole story, and I was totally freaked out. But I asked my nephew, why didn't you call your parents? Oh, they're at work. I knew I could get a hold of you. Well, that was correct. But then he said, I said, well, where's this pregnant lady at? Well, she's in an ambulance on the way to the hospital. She's 8 months pregnant. And I said, oh, my nephew would not know if a pregnant woman was 8 months pregnant. I immediately hung up the phone and called my sister and said, hey, call your son right now and make sure he's okay. But only if I wouldn't have had that information of knowing who he was, that person could have got me. I was asking the officer, can I come down there right now? What's the cross street? He wouldn't tell me the cross street. We're on Las Vegas Boulevard. I said, but you won't tell me where my nephew is or where this accident is? And why is he still there, but the lady's in the ambulance and gone? And you want money for what?
Right. There you go. Good. Great active listening skills. You're right. So, but no, it's exactly what it's going to be. It's just you know, when they start requesting money, getting a call out of the blue, like biggest thing, like it kind of gets me is law enforcement agencies, or you know, you get the call that you missed jury duty, right? They reach out to you, hey, you missed jury duty, you have an active warrant, but we need you to pull out cash and go deposit into a Bitcoin machine, or go get gift cards. That just, I'm flabbergasted at times, but when you're in that moment where you're completely worked up, basically, you know, you don't want to go to jail, people just don't think clearly, and they just react on straight emotions. Yes. Oh yeah, there you go. All right, you give me too much credit. Not an IT expert, but thank you. But it's just like Crescent discussed, right? So depending on how they got your voicemail. So ghost calls, anybody aware of those? It's that call you get, you're like, hello, 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 right? That alone captures your voice. These bad guys will then go ahead and use that. They know the number because you answered, so that's one, they verified it. Two, since they have your phone number, they'll probably also have your name, date of birth, social security number, all that good stuff, address. Three, now they have your voice. They can go ahead and do a complete background on you, using AI, whatever, looking for any profile you have under there, Facebook, identify all your relatives, going down the line, and then say, hey, all right, nephew, about that age, let's go ahead, and they'll just create a scenario, and then they hit you with one. It's everywhere.
So that leads right into the question that I was going to ask, in that, well, number one, I just changed my greeting to the default greeting instead of the custom, which was my voice droning on and on. So do you suggest that nobody has a custom greeting on their voicemail with their voice?
You could always be afraid, you know, whatever else, right? But obviously it's one way you could go ahead and protect yourself.
All right.
Right? So just use the default, you know, hey,
Use
leave a
the default.
voicemail, and that's it.
Okay.
Can't hurt.
And then what about text messaging? So while this person, like if you would have texted your nephew, I mean, do you suggest like texting them? I put them on speaker, text? No.
I would not
Just go
text
ahead and
them.
hang up.
If you did reach out and text them, I would reach out from the phone number that you do have, but I would go ahead and verify and call.
Okay, so
right?
hang up and call them
Hang
back.
up and call.
All right.
Exactly.
And then exactly what you were talking about. All right, so how did they pick their target? What are the mechanisms for targeting? So Jarena was targeted, but then they don't need her voice. They need a relative's voice. So
Right.
It's not about my voice, it's about my relative
Right.
getting to me in some way. What are their mechanisms for targeting?
Well,
How'd they pick her?
there is no, it's random. They'll just throw everything out there. So with the robocalls, right, AI generated bots, you could feed it with hundreds of thousands of phone numbers, and they'll just randomly dial at that moment, each 100,000 of those numbers. Email, same thing. Just blast every email, you know, with one bot. Guy could just sit back, make cookies, do whatever he wants to do, you know, while the bot's doing all the work for him.
Sorry, guys. Doree, our guest of the club today, had a question as well.
This is on the same subject, but it's different from what other people have asked. So I have many bank accounts at many different banks, and one of them is a very large and well-respected bank. But maybe 6 to 8 months ago, they released a feature that said, guess what, now for your convenience, we can have you log in and do whatever you need to do with your own voice. Try it today. And immediately I called my daughter, who is linked with me on those bank accounts, and I said, do not enroll in this feature, because if you enroll in it and anybody anywhere gets any snippet of your voice, they can log into your bank account and do whatever they want with it. Right. So what would be your remarks about that, like that choice? And also, what do you think about the fact that a bank is saying, here, put your voice in here and you can log in faster? It's a bank telling you to do this. So.
Right. Well, banks always trying to make it a little bit easier for you. Voice analytics, it depends on how you feel. I wouldn't, but at this point, I'm just like, hey, whatever happens, happens, but I have other ways to protect everything. But, if the technology is good and it could defeat bots and AI, then it might not be a bad thing to go ahead and maybe, look into. But do your research first before going ahead and doing so, right? I don't want to give you a yes or no, like all in, but right. Right. Well, it's a large bank, so you said everything. Right?
Yeah, that was tough.
I know. Sorry.
Thanks for talking to us. So, I know when I need something done, if you call, you got to go through at least 3 to 5 questions, and then they need another bot or whatever you call them. So we have a elderly, frail, healthy, from a health point of view, friend who, after she hung up, she realized that she got scammed, and she called the bank and can't get through. And she kept trying to get through, called the bank, couldn't get through. So she went to the bank, went to her branch, didn't have an appointment, so she had to wait. It was quite a long wait. Now, they probably tapped her within 5 minutes, but still leads me to my question of, if you're going through, what do you call the bank or credit union, the automated systems. If you have to get a PhD in getting through automated systems, how can you check with your bank?
Right. No. All good questions. Right? Yeah, so open a credit union account. Thank you, Shannon. So, yeah, we have very little wait times, so if you do call in, we'll pick up sooner or later. That's it. And if you walk into a branch, we'll be able to take care of you right away. Fortunately, no appointment needed. Got it? Right? You got it? There you go. That's why. Yes.
Yeah, real quickly, I've always been hesitant to use a debit card because it comes straight out of your bank account. I prefer a credit card because it gives you that extra time to see if something fraudulent's on there and let the credit card company deal with it. But some organizations are now only giving you like the early pay discounts if you use a debit card. And I just wondered your theory on just debit cards in general. Thank you.
So we're here. I see that. So credit is definitely the best way to go because it's a bank's money. You're kind of borrowing it. As long as you pay it off right away, you don't get hit with all that interest. Debit cards is your money. So depending if you live in paycheck to paycheck or you have a whole lot of money in your account, that kind of depends, whatever, because it's going to hit the, someone who's living paycheck to paycheck harder if they are a victim of fraud. But the quick turnarounds, especially if they're able to go ahead and determine that was fraud right away, the money goes back on your account relatively quickly if you file within the specified time frame. So either way is good, but even now with the technology, some of it could be captured now, but tap to pay, probably the best way to go. Stay away from the chips. Skimming devices are all over the place. Prior to my life here, Metro, credit card fraud is my main thing. I apologize, I'm looking over here. But gas pump skimmers, overlays at your different POS terminals within like your Targets, Smiths and, major shopping centers. You got to be careful of all that. So it's best to use tap to pay. Don't insert your card anywhere. Enter your PIN, because a lot of stuff gets captured.
All right, very good. Thank you, Crescent and Joe. All right, give it up, give it up. So just real quick, my last name is McGuire, and when people ask me how to spell it, I said it's just like Jerry Maguire, right? And so our safe word was show me the money, but maybe that's not a good one that I should be using, right? Hold on a second, if you both join me at the podium up here. We have a certificate for both of you. A donation has been made in your name to the Ronald McDonald House for your presentation today. We have this lovely book, 100 Years of Rotary History from Las Vegas. Rotary. One more. Very good. Thanks so much, Joe. Well done, Crescent. Thank you. Okay, before we go, I just want to say I had no idea we had such a crime stopper in our midst, Dorena King. Last week, she informed us of how she stopped the arsonist in Spokane, Washington, and now she's a nephew buster, right? So great job, Dorena. Keep up the great work. Last week also, a bit of good news, we delivered 100 backpacks to our 6 elementary schools. You probably saw it in the wheel. Appreciate everybody that helped out on packing them and delivering them. Over $9,000 is the money that this club raised. $9,000, $1,500 to each elementary school. I cannot tell you how happy those principals were to get that money. And I want to give a short shout out to Stu Lipoff here. Last year, we had a process in place where the school had to send in an application and a board deliberated on it. And he recognized that when we bogged down on battery packs from Home Depot, that we were doing things wrong. So this year we cut the cord and we basically said, give them the money, right, Stu? And that's well done to Stu Lipoff for making things more efficient. Okay, great show, great event today. Lynn, thanks for joining us. Crescent and Joe, thanks for joining us. Appreciate everybody. Have a great, safe week out there. But before you go, I got one thing to say. You want to be here. I feel that need. Make it happen, Gowton. Adjourned. This one is probably going to be Senator Cortez Master, but we need somebody. Yeah, I was hoping to do something around 9/11 theme because that's the 25th anniversary.